Elara Thorne sat on her bed, staring at the wall filled with pictures of happier times. The sun was setting, casting a warm glow through her window, but she felt cold inside. Just a few months ago, her best friend Mia had moved to a different city, and now the distance between them felt like an ocean. They had shared everything, secrets, dreams, and laughter. Now, Elara felt alone that Mia had always been there for her. They had met in high school, and their friendship had blossomed over shared classes and late-night talks. They were inseparable. But when Mia's family decided to move, Elara's world turned upside down. They promised to stay in touch, but calls and messages were not enough. The distance made Elara feel like she was losing a part of herself. Every day, Elara picked up her phone, hesitating before tapping Mia's name. She wanted to reach out, but a knot of fear and sadness held her back. What if Mia was too busy with her new life? What if she had forgotten about Elara? These thoughts swirled in her mind, making her feel even more isolated. One evening, feeling overwhelmed, Elara decided to take a walk to clear her head. The cool breeze felt refreshing against her skin, but it couldn't shake the heaviness in her heart. As she wandered through the familiar neighborhood, she passed their favorite cafe, where they had spent countless afternoons sipping hot chocolate and laughing until their sides hurt. Memories flooded back, and she longed for those carefree moments. Elara stopped to sit on a bench in the park, watching the children play. She missed the joy and simplicity of her friendship with Mia. It was easy to talk about anything and everything. Now, she felt like she was carrying a heavy burden alone. She pulled out her phone, scrolling through their old messages, each one a reminder of their bond. Suddenly, her phone buzzed with a notification. It was a message from Mia. Elira's heart raced as she opened it, eager to read the words that could bring her comfort. Mia had sent a photo of her new school, filled with smiling faces and bright colors. The caption read, "I miss you, Elara. Wish you were here." Elara felt a wave of warmth wash over her. She quickly typed back, "I miss you too. How's everything?" But as she hit send, doubt crept in. Would she come across as needy? Would Mia think she was just being sentimental? Elara put her phone down. Frustration bubbling inside her. Days turned into weeks, and the silence between them grew louder. Elara longed to share her life with Mia, her successes, her struggles, and everything in between. But reaching out felt like climbing a mountain. She wanted to reconnect, to bridge the distance that had formed, but her fear of rejection held her back. One night, as she lay in bed, Elara made a decision. She remembered how they used to dream about traveling together, exploring new places, and experiencing life to the fullest. She realized that she needed to be brave, just like they always talked about. She couldn't let fear control her anymore. The next day, she picked up her phone and started typing. "Mia, I know we're miles apart, but I want you to know that you're always in my heart. I miss you so much. Can we set up a video call? I'd love to catch up." With a deep breath, she hit send. The knot in her stomach began to loosen. Replaced by a flicker of hope. That evening, Elara anxiously waited for Mia's reply. Every time her phone buzzed, her heart raced. Finally, it came. "Of course, I'd love to. How about tomorrow at 5 p.m.? Elara's heart soared. They were going to reconnect. The next day, Elara prepared for the call, excited yet nervous. She rearranged her room, ensuring everything looked perfect. At 5 p.m., she sat in front of her laptop, her palms sweaty with anticipation. When Mia's face appeared on the screen, Elara felt a rush of joy. "Hey!" Mia smiled, her eyes sparkling. "You look great. Thanks." "So do you," Elara replied, feeling the distance fade away with every word. They talked about their lives, sharing stories and laughter as if no time had passed. Mia told Elara, about her new friends and adventures, while Elara shared her achievements and challenges. As they spoke, Elara realized that their friendship was stronger than the miles between them. What had once felt like a chasm was now a bridge, built on trust and love. They promised to stay connected, to share their lives no matter the distance. Elara felt lighter, her heart filled with hope. With each passing day, Elara and Mia continued to chat and video call. They made plans to visit each other, to explore new places together, and to create new memories. Elara understood that while distance was hard, it didn't have to break their bond. They were resilient, just like they always talked about being. As Elara looked at their pictures on the wall, she smiled. The memories were precious, but it was the future they were building that excited her. She felt empowered to face any challenge, knowing she had Mia by her side, even from afar. In an unexpected moment of bravery, Elara realized that even in the toughest times, friendship could shine through. And as she sat there, she thought about the words she would tell Mia next time they spoke. "You were my enemy of distance, but when I reached out, you became my closest ally." And so, with hope in her heart, Elara embraced the future, knowing that true friendship could withstand any challenge, just like she had shielded those she cared about in her life. Elara Thorns stared out her window, watching the leaves change color as autumn approached. Each day felt longer without her best friend Mia by her side. The vibrant reds and yellows reminded her of the laughter they had shared during the fall back home. They would jump in piles of leaves, drink hot apple cider, and carve pumpkins together. Now, those memories felt bittersweet, like a fading photograph. Despite their video calls and texts, Elara couldn't shake the feeling of distance. It was not just physical, it was emotional too. She missed the everyday moments, the little jokes, and the comfort of Mia's presence. Each time she picked up her phone to text, she hesitated, worrying that Mia might be too busy or that their friendship had changed too much. One chilly evening, after finishing her homework, Elara decided to take a walk to clear her mind. The park was quiet, with only a few families enjoying the last warm days of the year. She found her favorite bench, where she and Mia had spent many afternoons talking about their dreams. Sitting there, Elara pulled out her phone and scrolled through their old photos. Each image brought back a flood of memories, smiles, silly faces, and moments that felt so real. A tear slipped down her cheek as she thought about how much Mia meant to her. She felt a strong urge to reach out again, to bridge the gap that had formed between them. "Maybe I should try one more time," she whispered to herself. With a deep breath, she opened the messaging app and started typing. "Hey, Mia, I've been thinking about you a lot. Do you want to have a video call this weekend? I miss you." After hitting send, Elara felt both excited and anxious. The thought of reconnecting filled her with hope. But what if Mia didn't feel the same way? What if their friendship had changed too much? She pushed those thoughts aside, trying to focus on the possibility of seeing her friend's face again. The next day, Elara's heart raced when she received a notification. It was from Mia. "I'd love to. How about Saturday at 2 p.m.? Elara couldn't help but smile. Suddenly, the world felt a little brighter. Saturday came quickly, and Elara spent the morning preparing for the call. She tidied her room, put on her favorite sweater, and even made a cup of hot chocolate, hoping to recreate the cozy feeling they used to share. When the clock struck 2 p.m., she settled in front of her laptop, nerves buzzing in her stomach. When Mia's face appeared on the screen, Elara felt a rush of warmth. "Elara, it's so good to see you," Mia exclaimed, her smile wide and genuine. "You too. I've missed you so much." Elara replied, her heart swelling with happiness. They started talking about their lives, with Mia sharing stories about her new school and friends. She described the exciting events she had attended, like school dances and sports games. Elara listened intently, feeling proud of her friend's new adventures, but a part of her still ached for the times they had together. "I wish you could have come to the homecoming dance," Mia said, her eyes sparkling. "It was so much fun, but it wasn't the same without you." Elara nodded, her heart heavy. "I wish I could have been there too. I've been feeling a little lonely without you, honestly." Mia's expression softened. "I get it. I miss you a lot. It's hard to be apart, but I'm glad we can still talk." As they exchanged stories, Elara began to feel the distance between them shrink. They laughed at inside jokes and reminisced about their favorite memories. The conversation flowed easily, just like it used to, and Elara felt a flicker of hope. Maybe their friendship could survive this distance after all. After a while, Mia asked, "What have you been up to? Any new hobbies?" Elara hesitated. She had started painting again, something they both loved, but she hadn't shared it with. "Mia, I've been trying to paint a bit," she admitted. "It helps me relax." "Really? That's awesome." "You've always been great at art," Mia encouraged. "You should show me what you've done." Feeling a burst of confidence, Elara agreed. "Okay, I'll send you a few pictures later." She could feel her spirits lifting, and the conversation continued to flow, filled with excitement and laughter. As the call came to an end, Elara felt a sense of fulfillment. "I'm really glad we did this, Mia. Let's make it a regular thing," she suggested eagerly. "Definitely. We can do it every week if you want," Mia replied, her enthusiasm matching Elara's. Elara Thorne woke up with a sense of excitement bubbling inside her. Today was the day she would finally visit Mia in her new city. After weeks of planning, the moment had arrived. They had talked about this trip so many times during their video calls, sharing dreams of what they would do together. Now it was real, and Elara could hardly contain her joy. She quickly got dressed, packing her favorite clothes and some art supplies to show Mia her latest paintings. As she put everything into her suitcase, she thought about how much she had missed Mia's presence. The distance had been difficult, but now it felt like they were about to start a new chapter in their friendship. After what felt like an eternity, the time came for Elara to leave. Her parents drove her to the train station, where she felt a mix of nerves and excitement. The train ride was long, but Elara spent the time daydreaming about all the things she would do with Mia. They had planned to visit the beach, explore local shops, and eat at their favorite types of restaurants. When the train finally arrived at Mia's city, Elara stepped off, her heart racing with anticipation. The air smelled different here, fresh and full of new possibilities. She pulled out her phone and texted Mia, "I'm here. Can't wait to see you." Mia replied almost immediately, "Yay! I'm on my way. Meet you at the station." Elara waited eagerly, her eyes scanning the crowd for Mia. After a few minutes that felt like hours, she spotted her friend running toward her, waving excitedly. Mia looked different but familiar, her hair flowing in the breeze and a huge smile. On her face, Elara. Mia shouted, wrapping her arms around Elara in a tight hug. "I can't believe you're finally here. I know. I've missed you so much." Elara replied, hugging her back tightly. The warmth of their embrace felt like home. After they pulled apart, they exchanged stories about their journeys and what they had been up to since they last spoke. Elara felt a wave of happiness wash over her as they walked together, catching up like no time had passed at all. Mia led Elara through the bustling streets of her new city. They visited cute little shops, laughing at silly souvenirs and reminiscing about inside jokes. Elara shared her recent paintings, and Mia was genuinely impressed. "You've really improved. I can't wait to see what you create next." She encouraged as they strolled along. They found a cozy cafe with outdoor seating. They ordered hot chocolate and pastries, savoring the time together. Elara felt as if the distance that had once divided them was shrinking with every shared laugh. End story. Let's go to the beach tomorrow, Mia suggested, her eyes sparkling with excitement. I want to show you my favorite spot. That sounds perfect, Elara replied, her heart soaring. She was thrilled at the thought of spending more time with Mia in such a beautiful setting. After their cafe visit, they decided to explore the nearby park. The leaves were turning golden and red, creating a picturesque scene. Elara took out her sketchbook, inspired by the beauty around her. She began to draw, capturing the moment. Wow, you're so talented, Mia said, peering over Elara's shoulder. I love how you can bring everything to life on paper. Elara blushed at the compliment. Thanks, I just love painting and drawing. It helps me express what I feel. They spent the afternoon at the park, talking and laughing as Elara sketched the scenery. As they shared their hopes and dreams for the future, Elara felt a sense of comfort and understanding. Their friendship had grown stronger, despite the distance that had once felt overwhelming. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the park, Elara turned to Mia. You know, I was really scared before coming here. I worried that we might not be as close anymore. Mia nodded, her expression serious. I felt the same way. But I realized that our friendship is special. It's worth fighting for, no matter how far apart we are. Elara smiled, feeling a surge of gratitude. I'm so glad we're doing this. It feels like we can conquer anything together. The next day, they woke up early, buzzing with excitement for their beach trip. The ocean was just a short drive away, and Elara could already hear the sound of waves crashing in her imagination. They packed a picnic, bringing sandwiches, fruits, and of course, more hot chocolate. When they arrived at the beach, the sight took Elara's breath away. The sparkling blue water stretched as far as she could see, and the sand felt warm beneath her feet. They set up their picnic on a blanket close to the waves, the salty breeze rustling their hair. As they ate, they talked about their dreams for the future. Mia shared her aspirations of becoming a teacher, while Elara talked about her desire to become a professional artist. I want to create paintings that inspire people, just like you inspire me, Elara said, her voice filled with passion. After their meal, they ran toward the water, laughing as the waves splashed against their legs. Elara couldn't remember the last time she had felt so carefree. They built sand castles, chased each other along the shore, and took silly photos, capturing the joy of the moment. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, they sat together on the sand, watching the horizon. Elara felt a sense of peace wash over her. The distance that had once felt like an enemy now seemed like a bridge they had crossed together. Mia, I'm so grateful for this time together, Elara said, turning to her friend. I feel like we've grown even closer. Me too. This trip has been amazing. I'm so happy we took this chance, Mia replied, her eyes shining with sincerity. In that moment, Elara understood that true friendship could withstand any distance. She had learned that reaching out and making an effort was vital. The bond they shared was stronger than miles or time apart. As they packed up their things and prepared to head home, Elara felt hopeful for the future. She knew that, no matter where life took them, they would always find a way to stay connected. And as she walked beside Mia, she thought, you were my enemy of distance, but when I reached out, you became my closest ally. Elara Thorne woke up the next morning with the sun streaming through the window of Mia's guest room. The memories of their fun beach day flooded her mind, and she couldn't help but smile. It felt so good to reconnect with Mia, and she was grateful for every moment they had spent together. But as she got out of bed and looked at herself in the mirror, a hint of sadness crept in. She realized that her visit was only temporary, and soon she would have to go back home. As she prepared for the day, Ilara's mind wandered to the reality of their situation. They lived in different cities, and while they had made wonderful memories during this trip, she worried about how to keep their friendship strong once she returned home. Would they slip back into the silence that had once made her feel so distant? After breakfast, Mia suggested they visit a local art gallery. Ilara's heart raced at the thought. Art had always been a bond between them, and she loved the idea of exploring creativity together. That sounds amazing. I can't wait to see what's displayed there, Ilara exclaimed, feeling a rush of excitement out at the gallery. They meandered through the different rooms, each filled with beautiful paintings and sculptures. Ilara felt inspired by the talent on display. Look at this one, she said, pointing to a vibrant landscape painting. The colors are incredible, Mia nodded, her eyes wide with admiration. It's so beautiful. I love how it makes me feel like I'm standing right there. As they continued to explore, Ilara found herself lost in thought. She admired the artist's ability to convey emotion through their work. Suddenly, an idea sparked in her mind. Mia, she said, stopping in her tracks, what if we started an art project together? Like a blog where we can share our thoughts and creations? Mia's face lit up. That's a fantastic idea. We can post our artwork and even write about our experiences. It'll keep us connected, even from far away. Ilara felt a wave of relief and excitement. This could be their way to bridge the distance and keep their friendship alive. Yes, we can even do challenges and inspire each other, she added, her mind racing with possibilities. After leaving the gallery, they decided to grab lunch at a nearby cafe. Over sandwiches and smoothies, they brainstormed names for their blog. Ilara suggested Art Across Miles, and Mia loved it. They spent the rest of the meal planning their first posts, filled with enthusiasm and laughter. As they walked back to Mia's house, Ilara felt lighter. She realized that while distance could be challenging, it didn't have to be a barrier. They were determined to keep their friendship strong, no matter where life took them. That evening, Ilara and Mia decided to have a little celebration for their new project. They set up a cozy area in Mia's living room with fairy lights, snacks, and their art supplies. As they gathered around the table, Ilara felt a sense of warmth and belonging. They talked and laughed, sharing stories about their hopes and dreams for the future. Mia, Ilara said, her voice serious for a moment, I want you to know how much this means to me. I was scared that we would lose touch, but now I feel hopeful. Mia smiled, her expression softening. Me too. You're my best friend, and I don't want distance to change that. We'll always find a way to stay connected. As they worked on their art, Ilara felt a surge of inspiration. She painted a colorful sunset, blending oranges, pinks, and purples, while Mia worked on a piece that represented their friendship. It was a heart made of intertwined colors, symbolizing their bond despite the miles between them. When they finished, they admired each other's. Ilara Thorne sat at her desk, her heart pounding with excitement. It had been a month since she visited Mia, and their friendship had grown through their blog, Art Across Miles. They posted regularly, sharing their artwork and thoughts, but Ilara still missed Mia's presence in her daily life. The distance weighed heavily on her heart, and she longed to see her friend again. One chilly afternoon, as Ilara worked on a new painting, she felt a wave of inspiration. She wanted to create something special for Mia, something that would show their bond and how much she valued their friendship. With each brushstroke, she poured her feelings onto the canvas, envisioning the joy it would bring Mia when she received it. Ilara decided to paint a large canvas depicting two trees intertwined, their branches reaching out to each other. One tree represented her, and the other represented Mia. Together, they formed a beautiful arch, symbolizing their friendship despite the distance. As she painted, She thought about all the memories they shared, the laughter, and the comfort they provided each other. When the painting was complete, Elara felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She carefully wrapped it in protective paper and began to think of how to send it to Mia. She wanted it to be a surprise, something that would brighten Mia's day and remind her of their connection. That evening, Elara went online to search for a reliable shipping service. She wanted everything to be perfect, so she chose a company that promised fast delivery. After filling out the forms and paying the shipping fees, she felt a thrill of excitement. She couldn't wait for Mia to see the painting. A few days later, Elara received a message from Mia. "Hey, I just got something in the mail. I can't wait to open it." Elara's heart raced. She could picture Mia's face lighting up as she unwrapped her gift. "Open it. I hope you love it." Elara replied, her fingers trembling with anticipation. Few moments later, Mia responded, "Oh my gosh, Elara, this is beautiful. I love it so much." Elara could almost hear Mia's excitement through the screen. "I'm so glad. I wanted to create something that reminded you of us." Mia's reply came quickly. "You captured our friendship perfectly. Thank you for this. It means so much to me." As they continued to chat, Elara felt a warmth spread through her. Their friendship had survived the distance, and now it felt stronger than ever. They talked about their plans for the future, including their next art projects and ideas for their blog. But as the days passed, Elara noticed that Mia seemed a bit quieter during their conversations. She was still enthusiastic about their art, but there was a hint of sadness in her messages that worried Elara. "Is everything okay?" Elara asked one evening during a video call. Mia hesitated before answering. "I've just been feeling a little overwhelmed with school and everything. I miss you, and sometimes it's hard to adjust to this new place." Elara's heart ached for her friend. "I miss you too. I wish we could hang out like we used to. But we'll get through this together, okay?" Mia nodded, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "I know. It just feels different. I thought moving would be exciting, but sometimes it feels lonely." Elara felt a surge of determination. They had overcome so much already, and she wasn't going to let distance get in the way of their friendship. What if we planned a virtual art challenge? We could inspire each other and keep our spirits up. Mia's face brightened. "That's a great idea. We can each create something based on a theme and then share our results. It'll be fun. Let's do it." Elara agreed, feeling a renewed sense of hope. They spent the next few minutes discussing themes and ideas, their laughter slowly returning as they planned their challenge. Over the next week, Elara focused on her art, eager to share it with Mia. She decided to create a piece based on the theme of friendship. She painted two birds flying together, symbolizing their support for each other, no matter the distance. Each brushstroke filled her with joy as she imagined Mia's reaction to her work. When the day of the challenge arrived, they set up a video call to reveal their creations. Elara felt a mix of excitement and nerves as she waited for Mia to join. Finally, the screen lit up, and Mia appeared, her smile brightening the room. "Hey, I can't wait to see what you created," Mia said, her enthusiasm infectious. "Me too." "Okay, let's show each other at the same time," Elara suggested, her heart racing. With a countdown, they both unveiled their paintings. Mia gasped at Elara's artwork, her eyes wide with admiration. "It's beautiful. The colors are so vibrant, and I love the symbolism." Elara felt a rush of joy at Mia's reaction. "Thank you. I wanted to capture our friendship. What about yours?" Mia revealed her painting, which depicted two flowers blooming side by side. "I painted this to show how we support each other's growth. No matter where we are, we're still connected." Elara felt tears prick at her eyes. "Mia, it's perfect. You captured it beautifully." As they continued to share their thoughts about their paintings, Elara realized that they were both finding ways to express their feelings through art. The distance that had once felt so daunting was now a source of inspiration. They were growing together, even if they were apart. After their call, Elara felt a surge of hope. She knew that even when times were tough, they could always rely on each other for support. Their friendship was a light that could guide them through any darkness. Over the next few weeks, Elara and Mia kept their art challenges going. They explored different themes, pushing each other to be creative and think outside the box. Each new piece brought them closer, filling their conversations with laughter and encouragement. One evening, while they were chatting, Mia suddenly said, "Elara, I want to thank you for always being there for me. You've helped me through this tough time, and I'm so grateful for our friendship." Elara smiled, her heart swelling with warmth. "I feel the same way, Mia. You're my best friend, and no distance can change that. We've grown so strong together." As they talked late into the night, Elara felt a sense of hope that she hadn't experienced in a long time. They were not just friends. They were allies, ready to face whatever challenges came their way. In that moment, Elara thought about how far they had come. The distance that had once felt like an enemy was now just a part of their journey. They had learned to adapt, to support each other, and to find joy in their shared passions. As she lay in bed that night, Elara whispered to herself, "You were my enemy of distance, but when I reached out, you became my closest ally." With that thought in her heart, she drifted off to sleep, dreaming of new adventures and the bright future that awaited them both. Elara Thorne woke up feeling energized and excited. She had spent the past few weeks reconnecting with Mia through their art blog, Art Across Miles. Their friendship had grown stronger, but deep down, Elara felt a longing to see Mia in person again. The distance still weighed on her heart, and she wanted to find a way to reunite. After breakfast, Elara sat at her desk, brainstorming ideas. What if she surprised Mia with a visit? It would be a big step, but she knew it would mean the world to both of them. Elara pulled out her notebook and began to plan. First, she checked the calendar. With spring break coming up in 2 weeks, it felt like the perfect opportunity. Elara could ask her parents if she could take a trip to visit Mia. Her heart raced. At the thought of surprising her friend, Elara spent the next hour writing down everything she needed to do. She would have to talk to her parents, figure out transportation, and pack her bags. The excitement bubbled inside her as she imagined Mia's reaction. After finishing her list, Elara approached her parents. "Mom, Dad, can we talk?" she asked, her voice a mix of nerves and excitement. "Of course, sweetie. What's on your mind?" her mom replied, looking up from the kitchen table. Elara took a deep breath. "I want to visit Mia during spring break. It's been so long since we've seen each other, and I think it would really help us stay connected." Her parents exchanged glances. "That sounds like a great idea, Elara," her dad said. "But we need to make sure it's safe and that you have everything planned out." Elara nodded eagerly. "I've already looked into flights and transportation. I can stay with her family, and we'll have a lot of fun." After discussing the details, her parents agreed to the trip. Elara felt a rush of joy and relief. "Thank you so much. I can't wait to surprise her." In the days leading up to her trip, Elara was filled with anticipation. She counted down each day, making sure to finish her schoolwork early so she could focus on packing and preparing. She even planned a special art project to do with Mia when she arrived. Finally, the day of her departure arrived. Elara woke up early, her heart racing with excitement. She packed her suitcase carefully, making sure to include her art supplies and the paintings she had created for Mia. As she zipped up her bag, she felt a mix of nerves and joy. This trip was going to be unforgettable, When Ilara arrived at the airport, she felt a wave of energy. Everything felt new and exciting. She followed the signs to her gate, her mind buzzing with thoughts of seeing Mia again. After a short flight, she finally landed in Mia's city dot. As Ilara stepped off the plane, she felt a mix of excitement and nerves. She couldn't wait to see Mia's face when she realized Ilara was there. She quickly grabbed her suitcase and made her way to the exit, where she planned to surprise Mia. Ilara texted Mia, pretending she was still at home. "Hey, just checking in. How's everything?" Mia replied almost